Hello everybody, welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger. This is Lendi Empire Season 1, Episode 3. I would love for these episodes to come out a lot quicker, perhaps every week or a couple of weeks, but it seems to be coming out every month. Now the thing is, I play Sims Free Play and it takes up much of my time. It's the real game that I'm dedicated to. Where are you going, Agnes? Get back there. I need you to stay in place until your portrait's finished. Anyway, I spend a lot of time with Sims Free Play, and so I shuttle between the two, and a lot's been going on in Sims Free Play, so this kind of had to suffer. But I'm here, it's episode 3. She just came back from Dubai, and it's been a week since. She's had a lovely time, and she got Selena here to do a beautiful portrait of her, which is really nice. What do you think? I keep dressing her in different outfits and getting her portraits done. It's become a thing of mine. I just haven't stopped ever since. I've got dozens of them. Maybe I'll sell them or something. Anyway, I'm going to get her to go downstairs to her favorite spot and prune this plant. Let's choose a shape. Let's go for a traditional shape. And I'll have you know that her birthday is in a couple of days. So it's a very special day, and she's been putting together a lovely event. Well, she's left that to Selena. Remember, I did tell you that's her assistant, and she does everything for Agnes. Agnes does nothing really apart from run her businesses and be the face when people walk in. So Selena has been given the charge to organize a lovely party at a beautiful restaurant of Agnes's choice and invite certain choice people to show up and celebrate with her. So that's entirely Selena's job right now. So yes, she is basically having some kind of a lazy day, while her highly qualified employees do feedback to her from the different work sites, as they should. But she is hanging out with her staff. She hangs out with them in a very casual way. And I talked about this, I think in the first episode. She's very casual with them. You can see that they're all sat down with her in front of the telly eating. And you might think, well, that's too close between an employer and her staff, but she benefits from that, otherwise she'll be lonely. I think she's ill. There you go, she's ill. What's wrong? Let me get some medicine. Selena orders those, so I'm going to place that there. And I need to put out another one because Khalid is also unwell. He's got some things on his body, those marks like rashes. So let's get them to get some medicine, and hopefully they can get better and discuss the events of tomorrow there. I love the way it just twinkles when they take the medicine down and pew, they're doing better. Let's talk about dreams and what you would like to see happen on your birthday, or maybe from here on out as you turn a new year. And the thing I wanted to mention is she would have loved for Nuba to be around. He hasn't met with a family ever. They've heard about him. They know about him. He's a very wealthy man. But they've never had the pleasure or torment of meeting him in person. She would have loved for him to be at this party, but he's in Dubai, and that would have been her dream. Juliet and Khalid are pressing hard to know what's going to happen on her birthday. They keep guessing, and she says it's just a casual dinner with a bunch of lovely friends. And they just feel that if that was the case, then her assistant, Selena, would have said something about what would happen. But anyway, she's very happy, and her staff are even more excited for her, which is a big difference from when she leaves on Friday to Dubai. They're all distant and unhappy. And when she comes back, things go back to normal. So everything is the way it should be, all rosy and cheerful in the house.
Parsipe Falden. Wasabis Yovoya Coin. Shalbo Bempi Guans. Yana Fe Watini.
Dreffen Abo.
This is the household staff's gossip gate. That's what I call it. Juliet and Khalid still want to know what's going on with the birthday plans because it seems to be more than it appears. So they've called Selena over to ask her to give them just something. And she lets them know that it's absolutely huge, really huge. And she can't say anything more about it because she just can't. So they push and press, and she just stands there like, you're getting nothing out of me. It's been a regular fun day in the Lendi household, and it's time for Agnes to get some well-deserved rest. Well-deserved from a lazy day. Anyway, everyone should be in bed right now, except for one.
Gentle.
Wustish, Aragama, Safari, Niara Inazuk, Nisada.
Gamo. Quaba Vimps Ziffle.
Oh, Zappelnorf.
Vula Shaka Teebs.
Oh, Prita.
Siglona.
Wassinex. Thelma.
Curva. Chimere Jabeen Slawfish.
Neebs. Ulcha. Oh,
Jabeen.
Bashar. Clark. Wesabu. Oh, Clark Bajoga. Legenzo Sanush. Bye-bye.
Zisamba.
It doesn't look good, does it? Having someone run your life completely and trusting them implicitly could be quite tricky. Well, I'm sure we'll figure out what that was. Thing is, the staff are aware that she wasn't in bed last night. But it's not unusual because she does spend some long hours in the office. She is looking quite guilty because she just walked in and he had just come out from his bedroom. So she has a lot on her mind right now and has to leave. Did you see the side look she gave him? Oh, Selena, I would give anything to know what was going on with you right now. But I suppose we'll have to find out, won't we? Miss Lendi is up and it's a day to go to her birthday, so yes, we're getting there. I think she's going to need some breakfast, so let's get her staff to do what they should do. Let's get Juliet to prepare some breakfast. Serve breakfast. Fruit and yogurt parfait. That would be nice. And let's get Khalid to make a lovely drink for Madame Lendi. Make drink for? Huh? She's not on the list. We've got Selena Moya. Well, I suppose apologies are due. I'm sorry, Madame Lendi. You're going to have a glass of water with your fruit and yogurt parfait, okay? What is she watching? I really like that they have real movies, on their screens as opposed to what we have in Sims Free Play. It's hilarious. Right. Come on, let's get on with that fruit parfait. There we go. She's skills level 10 in cooking for gourmet dishes as well as normal cooking, which is really great. So she's an expert at what she does, and I love watching her cook. Well, Khalid, if you are upset that the place is dirty, I suppose you can get around and tidy up instead of serving drinks to Selena. Please. Look at that dish. Now, we need you to call to meal. And, of course, they're all going to at least that's what I think, gather around this table because they never use the dining room, as I mentioned before. It's good that they can sit here and have breakfast. I suppose the dining room would be for special guests who come and have maybe a dinner party or something. That was a horrible laugh from Juliet. What was that? It was like, she only gets happy when something mean has happened, so I'm not sure why she would laugh that way. Tell a funny story to Juliet and get to know Khalid, which is strange because Khalid has lived with you for how long? Have a deep conversation. Oh my goodness, the Sims just keep getting ill. Look at Selena's body already. Oh, come on. She needs to have something, some medicine, and she should get better right away. If only that happened in real life, where you got ill and as soon as you took a pill, you were fine. Anyway, when she takes that, she should be okay. So, we've got a nice gathering here. Everyone's chit-chatting about their night. And again, as I say, Selena would be very uncomfortable. And Khalid has a smirk on his face and probably will ask her a question or two about her late nights. And she is not going to find it funny at all. But yeah, her cold is gone. I'm sure you're sick of your own secrets, is what I'd say. And so she's going to give him a pep talk and say, perhaps you need to mind your own business every time you keep pestering. Now, the dynamic with this staff is that, as I mentioned before in, I think, the first episode, the staff are a bit jealous of Juliet because Juliet has a certain kind of sister relationship with Agnes. She's much older, and she could even reprimand Agnes if she wanted to, which is really odd, and they don't understand that. And there's been a rumor that perhaps they are related. And then, of course, there's another dynamic where Juliet and Khalid are jealous of Selena because Selena has access to Agnes's business records and the only one basically who has access to her office and, you know, knows the ins and outs of Agnes's businesses, you know. And then both girls are then jealous of Khalid because Khalid is the boy in the house, and Agnes, that is, depends on Khalid for masculine jobs around the house and has a different kind of banter with him simply because he's a man, you know. Now I'm just getting Agnes to chat with Nuba. Oh yeah, and as you can see, she's got a love moodlet above her head. So I'm going to get her to have a quick chat with Nuba just to say, I love you, I miss you, how was Dubai? Yes, my birthday's tomorrow, I know you can't make it, and in some way give him the guilt. So if she keeps on putting into his head that her birthday's tomorrow, perhaps he'd come over, but she's being indirect about it, as women do. I'd say it's a good time for him to meet with her family, but I'm sure he'll do that in his own time. So I wouldn't push it. We've got a call coming in from Myson Lendi, her son, wondering if you would like to meet him someplace. Okay. Well, you know, someplace sounds very vague, and as she gets to someplace, Myson is nowhere to be found. She gives him a call, and he says to her that something's happened, he can't make it. Call your friend, Miss Landgrab, and hang out for the day, so it turns out you didn't waste your time. Okay, that's a great idea. She calls Landgrab, and Landgrab shows up immediately. She explains to her that, would you believe it, my son had an emergency at the office and he had to go in, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm here stuck with you. So, would you like to go out for a spa day? Mrs. Landgrab says, yes, let's go. It's a girl's day out before your birthday.
Tip it around. Oh, she's a breeze.
Oh, he got the horn.
The pops today. So.
Dag, dag.
Now, Agnes and Nancy are going to be in separate rooms at separate times, having different treatments because it was a last-minute booking, so they have to enjoy this resort separately, but they will meet up every now and again. This has been done intentionally anyway, because Nancy is in on the big surprise for Agnes. Her job is to keep Agnes at this spa having such a wonderful time until it's too late to go home. Now, she's had Selena messenger out an outfit for Agnes so that Agnes would have to go straight to her birthday from the spa tomorrow morning. And Myson was in on the big secret too. That's why he wanted Agnes to come out to some place. However, there's still a big surprise that none of them know about except Selena. Selena is the key to it all, and we'll find out when the big day arrives. In the meantime, Agnes is living it up. Oh, that must be so good, Agnes. Wow, you are having the time of your life. Well, it's nighttime and she has already booked a room, and it's time for some well-deserved dinner before she checks in. Once you see a new build in any of the episodes, be sure to know that it's already up on the gallery for you to download and have a better look at, and even play in if you want to. I had a lot of fun putting this spa together. It's very beautiful. It's at the Bluffs and it's made of stone with a vast ocean around and about it. Well, Agnes is fast asleep and she is definitely having a blissful night. Yay! It's the morning of her birthday and she's heading up to the rooftop to meet up with Nancy Landgrab so that they can at least do something together before they leave this place. It's quite wonderful because they have yoga mats up here and this is where they would meditate, and you can hear the breeze and listen to the waves of the ocean. It's beautiful. Anyway, I think I'm going to change my mind. They haven't done anything together, as I said, so maybe they should play in the fountain. Yeah, there's a fountain up here. I'm going to get them to play in the fountain together and then they should be heading back. I just love the sound of the ocean. What a perfect place to meditate. Agnes and Nancy got back quite early from the spa. They had a couple of hours to spare. So Nancy convinced Agnes to stop over at this massive, beautiful mansion that she's about to put on the market in a few weeks because Nancy's a realtor. So Nancy's popped in ahead of Agnes, and Agnes is on the phone to Selena just to say that she'll be over right on time and wanted to know that the party was going on as planned and she would, of course, show up at the time expected. Selena says, yes, it's great, and we're expecting you. So Agnes pops in to the mansion and... whoa! Nuba is here and makes a speech to the love of his life. He says to her that he's been working closely with Selina Moya, who made it possible to bring in the rest of the family without them knowing that he was involved. It was the only way they could come together, and he presented her with a house as her birthday gift.
Ahoy, Tamra, Epizirik, Shamagra Gorsai, Flazelvilpa, Sensidi Jalurba, Rinka, Shalvo, Bempi,
Nuba is very smart, and he wasn't going to miss Agnes's birthday for the world. He obviously loves her, but her sons were a bit of a complication. He wasn't going to be able to work with them, so he worked with Selina, who was able to keep the secret. So she was able to get Myson and Ike, her two sons, on board with a plan to throw a surprise birthday party at this beautiful mansion. And she held the secret that Nuba owned the mansion and was sponsoring the entire event and was going to present her with the mansion as a gift. So they were just as surprised as Agnes to see him at the residence when they showed up. So it's not an even playing ground, and they're going to have to be a little bit respectful because he has shown himself to be a big guy. And they are quite impressed, to say the least, because it's a very massive house. And to hand that over to their mother as a gift makes them tread softly, so they're not as rude or as unpleasant as you would have expected. So they do engage in light conversation, small talk, and keep giving him side glances. So I think Selina did a great job. She's not fooling around with Nuba like you thought. She's really dedicated to Agnes. At least we hope so, and we hope it remains that way.
with a child.
Dobry, Yama Opatash Fazun, Shirsha Gibaru, Quinharb. Sawada Nulai, Abin, Rapani Varuda.
So it appears that Myson here has decided to get a second helping of some fantastic food and sit a little bit closer to Nuba. It is in his interest as the first son of Agnes to get to know Nuba and open up conversation with him, and oh dear, he got up and left. That is not a good start. However, he's making an effort, okay? He's making an effort. It's really hard to approach Nuba at this stage because of the manner in which he has showcased himself. However, I think Myson is making a good move. And okay, Nuba has decided to introduce his butler here, who's taken a seat at the table. We have Khalid at the main bar, but this is one of Nuba's amazing butlers that has worked with his family, and he introduces them to the men and to the women here, and says to them that he prepared the fantastic meal that they are all sitting down and eating. Now I've brought the cake out. It's time for Agnes to make a wish. And I will take you on a tour of the house. A very quick tour. Do remember, the house is on the gallery. So, there we go. Happy birthday, Agnes. This is a fantastic one. To get a mansion as a gift, what do you do to Nuba? Oh my word. Well, let's go see the house. Nuba obviously took into account her love of gardening and flowers. He also, from conversation, realized that she didn't have a garage for her cars. It's an 8-bedroom mansion with special quarters for her staff and more gardening out back. A ginormous outdoor space, and a beautiful balcony for her master bedroom here. I'll only be showing you a couple of rooms, and of course the downstairs part, maybe the kitchen, and do remember it's on the gallery for you to download. This is the foyer, part of the foyer with a living room. It's a circular living room. This is a TV unit. This is a dining room with a view of the ocean. This is the massive kitchen. This is one of the master suites. This is her master suite. A closet with clothing already flown in from Dubai, and a beautiful bathroom. This is where they're sitting down to eat. I think Nuba has made a big impression. Now it's left for them to supposedly come to him and try to get to know him, want to be his friend, basically try and relate with him as they would relate with their own mother, Agnes. And they have no choice but to get along with him. He has made a big statement, and at this point seems to be the center of attention at this party. There are other guests here who you probably haven't seen, but I focused in on the family, and they're having a wonderful time. I think Nuba has achieved his goal. He's made his presence obvious, and Agnes is just having a wonderful time. I think he did a great job. He will be spending the entire week with her, and we'll see how he and her sons get along in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye.